Welcome back to The Explainer. So today, we're unpacking a truly fascinating personality trait. Have you ever wondered how some people just endlessly generate these brilliant, out-of-the-box ideas? Well, the rest of us are staring at a completely blank page, trying to figure out where to even start. Well, if so, you are in exactly the right place. We're looking at the anatomy of the ideation theme. The structured analysis we're diving into today is rooted directly in the SwitchOn Strengths profile framework. It's just a fantastic, straightforward tool for discovering, activating, and ultimately, really thriving through your own natural talents. Here's our quick roadmap for today. First, defining the ideation theme. Then, value add and core needs. Third, the balcony and the basement. Fourth, navigating ideation blind spots. And finally, contrasting with other themes. Okay, let's jump right into section 1, defining the ideation theme. Ideation is a theme where individuals are quite literally energized by creativity, originality, and new possibilities. They just naturally connect concepts in unique ways. And what's truly interesting here is that energy source. You see, for an ideation person, brainstorming isn't exhausting at all. It's actual fuel for them. They naturally think outside the box to discover fresh insights and, these unexpected connections that the rest of us simply walk right past. Blank canvas, lump of clay. Think about what that actually represents for a second. For most people, a completely blank canvas can be terrifying, right? It's super intimidating to have absolutely zero instructions. But for someone with high ideation, it's pure excitement. It perfectly captures that thrill of shaping something entirely new from pure imagination. They don't want a paint-by-numbers kit. They literally want the raw materials so they can invent. Creative, innovative, insightful, artistic, resourceful. So does this sound like someone you know? Maybe a colleague who's always pitching the next big initiative. Or hey, perhaps you're reading these highly creative adjectives and thinking, wow, actually, that's me. These are for sure the defining traits of the ultimate innovator. Moving right along to section 2, value add and core needs. When it comes to their value add, these individuals generate creative ideas. They think outside the box, see unexpected connections, bring fresh perspectives, and absolutely inspire innovation. Basically, an ideation person becomes the ultimate team brainstormer. If your project is stuck in a rut, this is exactly the person you bring in to constantly challenge assumptions and spark new life into the room. Even if, let's be honest, their endless stream of new concepts occasionally drives the project managers just a little bit crazy in the process. But here's the thing. You can't look at their value add without understanding their core needs. They need creative freedom, variety and stimulation, opportunities to brainstorm, open space to explore, and environments that actually value originality. You can't just demand innovation from these folks if you lock them in a tiny, rigid, bureaucratic box. To get that incredible value we just talked about, you absolutely must provide them with an environment that's free of excessive restrictions or super rigid structures. All right, section 3, the balcony and the basement. Up on the balcony, which is the strengths in action, we see improving existing ideas, learning really quickly, generating innovative solutions, and seeing future possibilities. That agility is 100% their superpower. But down in the basement, and this happens when the trait is overused or just completely unmanaged, we see a lack of follow-through, generating way too many ideas, overwhelming others, and creating unnecessary complexity. So their agility in creating solutions is amazing, but their absolute kryptonite is an overwhelming lack of practical follow-through. They love starting things, but they deeply struggle to actually finish them. Which brings us to section 4, navigating ideation blind spots. These common blind spots are absolutely critical to watch out for. We're talking about overloading others with ideas, struggling with follow-through, getting distracted by new possibilities, appearing abstract, and needing grounded partners. Generating too many possibilities can easily stall execution if these individuals aren't properly managed. Just imagine a team trying to finalize a software design, and the ideation person keeps coming in every single morning with 5 massive new redesigns. It's distracting. So you've got to be aware of this tendency so you can harness all that amazing energy without frustrating the rest of the group. Let's wrap up with section 5, contrasting with other themes. There is a really stark, fascinating friction here. Ideation says, I open the windows of my mind to increase the possibility of discovery. But the focus theme, it says, I close the windows of my mind to decrease the possibility of distraction. This is just an incredible dynamic. One person is desperately trying to throw all the windows wide open to see every single possible thing, while the other is practically bolting them shut just to get the immediate job done. It's that classic push-pull between wide-open curiosity and narrow, goal-oriented drive. Ideation takes a blue-sky approach of creative innovation. The harmony theme, however, prioritizes a down-to-earth approach of efficient collaboration. Just think about how these two interact in a boardroom. Ideation prioritizes unbridled, limitless creativity, often completely ignoring practical limitations. But harmony? Harmony seeks practical, down-to-earth efficiency to keep everyone on exactly the same page. They speak entirely different languages, yet a successful organization absolutely relies on both of these viewpoints to thrive.
So, this brings us to our final provocative takeaway for today. Do you have the grounded partners required to turn your brilliant ideas into practical reality? If you resonate with the ideation theme, you really need to ask yourself this question today. Your ideas are incredible, for sure, but an idea without execution is, well, it's really just a daydream. I'd highly encourage you to immediately evaluate your own team dynamics. Go out there, find your focus partners, find your harmony partners, and execute on what you've learned. Thanks so much for joining me on The Explainer today. Keep focusing on that structured learning, and I will see you next time.